If you build voice products, the reason to care is simple. Google is not just shipping another speech layer. It is previewing Gemini 3.1 Flash Live as a model meant to handle live audio, video, and to use in one streaming loop. That matters because the old voice stack was slow in a very specific way. A user speaks. The system waits for silence, transcribes, reasons, then synthesizes. By then, the moment has often passed. Google's pitch here is that native audio processing can remove enough of that wait time stack to make voice agents feel more conversational and more usable in the real world. The practical signal is not just lower latency. It is whether voice can now support interruptions, noisy environments, and direct action without always deterring through text. That is the real product question behind this launch. The central change is architectural. Gemini 3.1 Flash Live is described as a real-time multi-modem voice model that processes audio natively instead of treating speech mainly as text input plus text-to-speech output. In Google's framing, that helps the model pick up pitch and pace more effectively than the previous 2.5 Flash native audio model. And it improves speech recognition in noisy settings like traffic or background chatter. That is important because many voice demos work in quiet rooms and break in normal use. The source also says the model returns raw BCM audio directly, which cuts out a separate synthesis step and can reduce delay further. So the update is not just about quality. It is about collapsing multiple handoffs into one system. If that holds up, the benefit is a more fluid exchange and fewer cracks between listening, reasoning, and speaking. For developers, the bigger story may be the multi-modem Live API rather than the model name. Google describes it as a stateful, bidirectional streaming interface over WebSockets, which means the client and model stay connected instead of trading isolated requests. That unlocks a different interaction pattern. Audio goes in as raw 16-bit PCM at 16 kHz. Audio comes back as raw PCM. Video frames can be streamed as JPEG or PNG at about 1 frame per second. A single server event can also bundle multiple parts, like audio chunks and transcripts, which simplifies synchronization on the client side. The most visible product feature here is barge-in. A user can interrupt the model mid-sentence, and the system can stop audio generation and switch to the new input. That sounds small, but it is one of the clearest differences between a demo voice bot and something that feels conversational. Google is also pushing a utility argument, not just a speed argument. The release highlights a 90.8% score on complex phone bench audio, a benchmark for multi-step function culling from audio input. In plain terms, the claim is that a voice agent can hear a task, reason across constraints, and call tools without first turning the whole interaction into a text workflow. The article gives an example like finding invoices on the mailing based on a price threshold. There is also an audio multi-challenge result of 36.1% with thinking enabled, which is meant to reflect messy human speech with interruptions and noise. Those numbers are worth watching because they point to a shift from voice's interface polish to voice's operational input. Still, they are benchmark results from the release itself. Useful signal. Yes. Final proof of product reliability. Not yet. There are clear limits in the source, and they matter. Gemini 3.1 Flash Live is in developer preview, so this is not a finished platform signal yet. The model has input and output format constraints, including raw BCM requirements, and the article notes synchronous function calling rather than a broad array synchronous tool model. There is also an explicit trade-off between speed and reasoning depth through the thinking level parameter. Minimal is the default for low time to first token. High adds more thinking, but also more latency. That means the core engine has not disappeared. It has just moved into model controls. Google also points developers to Gemini skills, including a live API skill for coding assistance, which suggests the implementation surface is still complex enough to need curated guidance. So the clean read is this: the architecture looks meaningful, the UX implications are real, and the production story still needs validation.